And we have brooms up. This is a key bracket play matchup between these two teams. This is Harry Greenhouse on the far side of the field. Pass is to Greenhouse. Greenhouse takes a shot. It does hit the ground. There's a kick of the ball that does wind up getting that quaffle into the hands of the Pegasus keeper. Pegasus is driving up the field. Pegasus trying to hit number 57. Number 57 gets the goal. And so Pegasus is on the board first with a goal by number 57. That is a 10-0 lead for Pegasus. Harry Greenhouse on the keeper headband. Ian Skura coming up with number 33 in white. We also have Tyler Beckman out there, Fiona Weishart, and Tessa Mullins. For Pegasus, we have number 57, the keeper, who is not on my roster, unfortunately. Number 1, the chaser, Vallejo. Number 80, Ryan Naraki. Ryan Naraki making things happen. The Boston Chasers are not able to make that shot go down. Vallejo, the beat is missed. Vallejo is all alone, and Vallejo puts it home for the 20-0 Pegasus lead. All right. Pandas down 20-0, want to settle things down. Ian Skura looking for an open option. Have a couple options moving around behind the hoops. Beckman gets the quaffle and is marked immediately by Vallejo. Vallejo is knocked out by Mullins. The Pegasus really strong beater core does have both bludgers just in their zone in front of the hoops. Skura looking for an opening, gets around number 57 and is able to get the shot home. Key shot for Boston Pandas right there. Ian Skura needs those shots to fall. He likes to take those mid-range shots. He needs them to go in. Now we have number 47, the chaser, also unfortunately not listed on my roster. Does have a name on the jersey, so I'll be able to check that one out in a second. That is Anderson, number 41. But Ian Skura is able to pull that one down. And there is a beater battle behind the Boston hoops. Naraki getting tackled by Tessa Mullins. That's very nice. Or that was not Tessa Mullins. That was Fiona Weishart with the tackle. Naraki does get out of it, but that was a nice beater battle on the far side. Tyler Beckman is beat. There is a pass. Harry Greenhouse is Ryan Naraki. Just nice, a really nice beat in. Number 57, all alone. Beckman is able to get a hand on it. Beckman slows 57 down. Ian Skura with a nice stop. Ian Skura moving Greenhouse around, moving Fiona Weishart around. Tyler Beckman looking for a lane. Tyler Beckman with the quaffle at the top of the key. Back to Skura. Back to Beckman. Beaters trying to do work. Weishart is beat out, so there is no opportunity for Boston press right now. After being beat out, Weishart does exchange for number 7, Ade Adjoina. That is passed far back to Harry Greenhouse on the backside. Back up to Ian Skura. Back across to Tyler Beckman. Trying to move the ball around, pull Pegasus out of position. This Pegasus team, very disciplined, does not want to move out of this zone. Knows that Boston can do this all day, but that's fine with Pegasus. They will hold their defensive stance all game long. Beckman and Skura turn around. Ryan Naraki misses a beat, gives a chance, but that chance is snuffed out by Anderson. Anderson ahead to Vallejo. Nobody in front. Absolutely no defenders on the Boston goal. Easy goal for Vallejo and Pegasus, 30-10. Boston is going to have to do something against this defense in order to get some more shots to fall. That mid-range shot Skura hit earlier, possibly drive and dish. That is Mary Scott, number 17, as the other chaser on the field for Pandas. Max Havlin has come in. Ian Skura looking for a lane. Ian Skura over to Frollo, number 10. Back to Skura. Skura looking for a lane. Passes back out to Frollo. Frollo to Greenhouse, who is right beside the hoop. Very nice dish from Mary Scott to Harry Greenhouse. Head referee Alex Amadal stops play. There is a call in the beater game on Max Havlin. Max Havlin is moved around. Max Havlin loves to move out there, loves to make as much happen as possible. That connection, Mary Scott, Emily Frollo over to Harry Greenhouse, was a really nice move for Boston Pandas. Hoping that it will stay on the board. We have been stopped since then. I'm waiting until we get absolute confirmation to make sure that the goal is not wiped away because of this referee conference. If it stands, it is Pegasus 30, Boston Pandas 20, and we have a game in store. And head referee Alex Amadal confirms that the goal is good. 30 Pegasus, 20 Boston Pandas. That ball movement is exactly what Boston Pandas need to do against that very strong Pegasus zone. Been remiss not to mention the other beater out there, number 15, McBride, one of the best beaters in the country as well, really doing dominant work for Pegasus. And Pegasus with the give and go over to Vallejo in the back corner, yet another goal. Vallejo has been unstoppable on those drives or as the wing chaser so far. 40-20. Frollo and Greenhouse exchange positions. Skura looking to dish. Dishes to Greenhouse behind the hoops. Beater is on him. Back over to Skura. Skura marked by number 57. Skura tries to make a move. Vallejo and 57 on him. Gets it out to Frollo. Frollo takes a shot, but that is knocked down by Anderson. Anderson looking to run. No, definitely a bludger in front. Looks like they thought there was no bludgers for a second, but then he saw better. Max Havlin in front of the hoops with the bludger and holds up. Gives it across to Vallejo. Vallejo, back to 57, back to Vallejo. Tries to get it back to 57, but that is a step up. Very nice play by the Pandas chaser, Mary Scott. We now have Grace Dastu on for the Pandas. As well as Teddy Costa. Ian Skura to Teddy Costa across to Grace Dastu. Dastu is hit just before Frollo tries to get the quaffle, but is on the ground. Number 57 is able to smother it. Molina in it, beater number 12. Looking to open up a lane. Over to Anderson. Back to 57. 57 trying to get around. Costa is unable to. Skura blocks the shot. Max Havlin leading the way. Skura goes one-on-one with Anderson, tries to make that mid-range shot, unable to get it to fall. Still 40-20. Max Havlin is able to get his bludger back. It was on the far side of the field. Misses the beat on Molina. Big miss from Max Havlin, and that will... Molina hit that bludger twice. But that is a goal from Pegasus. It is 50-20. Sorry, without a color commentator here, I am trying to watch both the bludger play and the quaffle play at the same time. And in a game like this, with these high-level beaters on both teams, I feel like it would be remiss of me not to keep an eye out for what the beaters are doing. Teddy Costa, over to Grace Dastu. Dastu, looking for an opening. Gives it to Frollo in the back corner. Frollo all the way across the field. That was not the best advice pass, but that beater is right there. able to be picked up by Jake Archibald. Archibald tries to get the shot over the top, unable to get it to go home. It is 60-20. That was a chance the Pandas needed to take to be able to get a score on the board. Hoop falls down, wind blows it over. Pegasus does not ask for it to be put back up. Anderson looks to drive in one of the two hoops that are in play. Vallejo back to 57, back to Anderson. Anderson with his eyes on that high hoop. The bludger is knocked out of the zone. Nice hit from Costa, but it is too late. Anderson does knock it home. But we do have a stoppage of play because of a delayed penalty. Bludgers are being moved around on the other side of the field. Weather continues to change quickly here in Salt Lake City. The goal is good for Pegasus. That makes it 70-20. Boston Pandas really need to regroup, actually get a couple of their goals to score. They have not looked as far behind or as disheveled as they could, but they are not playing their game so far. Teddy Costa. Teddy Costa. Gives it to Jake Archibald. Passes over to Grace Dastu. Dastu looks for an opening, and I thought Grace had found the opening, but is unable to get it home. Morgan Bertram unable to capitalize on the other end as well, and once again Vallejo winds up with it. That beat attempt by Max Havlin is called clear. Then Havlin tries to get the ball back in to Evan McCready, who is not able to make anything happen before Pegasus gets another goal on the board. Believe that should be 80-20 after that score. The scoreboard has not changed. It is Pegasus 70, Boston Pandas 20. Referees are using this timeout to converse. Boston Pandas trying to figure out a way to get this game back in hand. This 50-point lead for Pegasus is pretty strong. Much more important, they have been dominant in the bludger game, and that is one of the strengths of this Pandas team. Pandas need to be able to use their beaters to their advantage and actually make something happen against Pegasus, or else Pegasus is going to be able to really rack up points with their physical play. All right, we are almost 10 minutes into the game. 10 minutes before the secret floor ends. Teddy Costa, Morgan Bertram looking for a break. Tyler Beckman on this side. Teddy Costa over to Jake Archibald. Nice play in the middle of the field. Vallejo is able to knock the quaffle away. There are bludgers all over the field, but there are none in the way of that goal. That is 90-20, Pegasus running away with it. Sorry, 80-20, Pegasus running away with it. Sounds like there is going to be a call on the bench for Boston Pandas. Possible illegal substitution, or maybe somebody said something over there. That will turn over the quaffle to Pegasus. That is not what Boston Pandas wanted in this circumstance. His Pegasus team already with a couple steps, ready to make a transition goal again. Boston unable to get anybody back on defense. Jake Archibald is able to get in front of the pass. Morgan Bertram, number 51, is beat out. And there is yet another stoppage in play. I think that ball was called kicked out of bounds by Morgan Bertram as she was trying to get it over here on the far side. So it will be Pegasus ball. Reagan, number 23, throws it into Vallejo. Vallejo makes a move. Beckman takes Vallejo down. Quaffle is reset all the way back towards the goals. Number 51, Mallory, picks up the Quaffle. Mallory looking for an outlet. Lots of options on the field. Number 7, Brown, here on the near side. De La Friends in at beater. Number 24 for Pegasus. De La Fuente, number 24, in at beater. That pass over to the far side to Mallory is able to be knocked home. That now makes it a 90-20 lead for Pegasus. Boston has been unable to make any answer. This Boston team, composed of a core of some of the great elite Boston players who've had multiple championships in NLQ and in US Quidditch, but their cohesion this weekend, not quite that top level. This Pegasus team is expected to win this, but this Boston team really wants to put on a show, be able to put all of their talents to work. Costa, up to Beckman. Beckman making a move while the Bludger's on the ground. Costa, over to Jake Archibald. Archibald takes that long shot. Archibald's bread and butter for 13 years, unable to fall, because those defenders for Pegasus are just too strong. Another stoppage in play here by Alex Amadal. Brings all the referees together for another conversation. Just want to make sure that they get everything right out there. That is a yellow card on De La Fuente, number 24, the beater for Pegasus. This will be finally a circumstance in which Boston Pandas have Bludger control. Despite the yellow card, despite the card being thrown, there was no turnover in the Quaffle game. Perhaps it was blue. Reagan trying to make a move. Gets by one defender, takes a shot over the top. That ball does go out of bounds behind the hoops. This will give Boston Pandas a chance to score on the power play. Jake Archibald looking for an opening. Tries to hit Morgan Bertram cutting, but Morgan Bertram was cutting the other way. Teddy Costa marks Mallory behind the hoops. Pegasus here, slowing everything down, kills the penalty. Now they want to get De La Fuente back in the game. Disruption in the beater game has been the name of the day for the Pegasus team. Boston has had no answers so far. Number 20, Mandradogo is blocked, is stopped. That is Costa running the other way. Has a shot off. That shot is called good. We do have to have a conversation with the referees to see whether or not that off-ball foul was on Boston or was on Pegasus. Fans have a lot of opinions about what was going out there on the field. We'll trust the referees to make the right decision here. All right, very long conversation from the referees here. And that is a good goal for Pandas. 90-30. Quaffle comes in to the Pegasus keeper, number 23, Reagan. Reagan makes a slow move up the field, gets all of his chasers to make moves, all 3 chasers, crisscrossing back and forth. Goes over the top to Mandrugo. Definitely pronouncing that wrong, very sorry, number 20. Mandrugo. Mallory, back to number 20. Number 20 takes a couple steps around the midfield line, tries to make a move, wants to get past Tyler Backman. Tyler Backman, very physical play, is able to keep that Quaffle from getting too close to the Boston Pandas hoops. A lot of action in the center there with the beaters. Fiona Weishart and De La Fuente have a lot of conversation. Mallory takes a shot, tries to get it in to number 83. Number 83 does not make it happen, but that is cleaned up really nicely by number 20. That is 100-30. Pegasus still in command. Jake Archibald with Grace Dastu, Teddy Costa, and Harry Greenhouse. Archibald, Greenhouse. Greenhouse looking to make a move. Gets the roll. Harry Greenhouse gets the roll. That is 100-40. Pegasus still in the lead, but that was a nice shot by Harry Greenhouse. Reagan, now with Craig Garrison on the near side. Over to Garrison. Garrison looking for a lane. Gets it over to 20. 20 across, nice, a little too tall. That was too tall for Rutledge. Rutledge not quite able to get it. All the bludgers now on the far side of the field. Underneath the Pegasus hoops. Pegasus is able to set back up. Craig Garrison, very tall player, guarding that center hoop. Ian Skura back in, number 33. Finn McGargan, number 4, here on the near side. Tessa Mullins back in at beater. Harry Greenhouse at chaser on the far side. Finn McGargan tries to make a move, gets it back up to the top to Skura. Skura over to Greenhouse. Greenhouse with that same distance shot, and it is once again in. Harry Greenhouse with a vintage performance. 100-50. Pandas trying to claw their way back into it. Reagan looks for an opening. Flanked on this side by Craig Garrison, the other side by Vallejo. Vallejo with many, many goals early in this match. Vallejo over to Garrison. There is no answer for Garrison that close to that middle hoop, to that mid-sized hoop. 110-50. Pegasus with another goal. Finn McGargan looking to make something happen to Harry Greenhouse behind the hoops. Harry Greenhouse makes a move on Vallejo. Harry Greenhouse all the way. If Ian Skura can get close enough, this will be a reset by Boston. And Ian Skura touches it. That is Boston's reset. But that is probably the best case scenario they could have gotten out of that. This will give Boston another chance to set their offense, try to get something to happen in the beater game. I see an exchange over to the left, but I'm trying to keep an eye on the Quaffle. McGargan looks for an opening, takes a shot on a hoop that is falling. It does not go in. Vallejo is able to clean it up. $110-50. So it's a very strong performance from this Pegasus team. And now Ryan Naraki comes back on. There is an exchange of bludgers in the middle that opens up a lane for Vallejo. Vallejo is hit hard. It's going to be let go. That is stopped now. It was initially going to be a let them play situation by Alex Amadal. But now everyone is pulled out of the scrum. Vallejo is off broom. Very, very large contingent of players there. It looks like the quaffle is in Harry Greenhouse's hands. He's going to hand it off to Ian Skura really quick. And that is what happens. And Ian Skura is now looking to make a break with the Pegasus team on their heels. Skura looking for an opening. Ryan Naraki is right on him. Passes all the way across. Does not get to Greenhouse. Vallejo is able to stop it from going. Well, Vallejo is able to get it as it goes out of bounds because that is Pegasus ball. It was a key stop for Pandas, but it does not lead to anything as the attempt on transition does not go anywhere. Still 110 to 50. Pegasus in control. Vallejo steps up. Ryan Naraki trying to clear space. Engaged with Tessa Mullins. Ian Skura picks the quaffle out of the air. It's all alone. Ian Skura is hit in the back foot. Is that going to be called beat before that bludgered? Once again, a very, very Boston Pandas favoring crowd right in front of us, calling for a particular call. We will let the referees decide. And the goal is called good. The crowd in front hopefully didn't make any impression on the referees, but did call it correctly. The ball hit the ground before hitting Skura. Skura with the nice goal to make it 110 to 60. Pandas still trying to get back into this. Number 57 moving slowly. Over to Vallejo, back to 57. Angwin. That goes over the short hoop. That is going to be picked up behind the hoops, but there are a lot of referees stopping play. Well, really only Alex Amadal stopping play, but I just saw a bunch of hands up. That card is a yellow on number 9, the beater for Pegasus. Yet another player who was not listed on my roster and is also too far away for me to see the name on the back of the jersey. This is Ian Skura, far behind the hoops. This lineup with Finn McGargan, Harry Greenhouse, Fiona Weishart, Frollo have been really playing well. Have been really playing well for the Boston Pandas. We continue to have a conversation. Referees have already given one card, one player in the box. Just trying to decide, make sure that all the bludgers go to the right place since that was a beater foul. That is a key part of any foul in Quidditch. Which balls go to which players, which balls are left free on the ground. All the players return to their brooms. They're about to be called back on. That last bludger is turned over to... And that... I thought that hit Vallejo, but I guess it once again hit the ground. This time in favor of Pegasus. Ian Skura looking for an opening. Ian Skura been on his game so far today. Only one missed shot. Tries to get around both Vallejo and 57. Still no opening. Frollo's beat. Harry Greenhouse on the near side. Fimagargan is able to call it clear. He calls it's called clear. The quaffle is now to Harry. And it's knocked away and collected by number 21 on Pegasus. Engwin collects that quaffle. That is the 20-minute mark of this game. Kind of snuck up on us there. 20-minute break. 20-minute mark here at US Quidditch National Championships 2022 is brought to you by our great partner, VC Ultimate, who have lots of great merchandise for sale in both a tent here on site and also on the VC Ultimate website. Please take a look. Go to the US Quidditch website and the VC Ultimate website. Check out all of their wares. In addition, we wanted to shout out that our live stream, this entire live stream this weekend, is being brought to you by Hit Your Mark Productions. Thank you again to Hit Your Mark Productions for all of their support, all of the great time and effort and equipment that they provided to make this live stream as clear and concise as it can be for you out here today. So we are here at the 20-minute mark. In Quidditch, at the 20-minute mark, play is stopped for both teams to collect themselves and for the set score to be arranged. The set score for this match with Pegasus at 110 will be 180. The set score for is 180. That means that either team that hits 180 will win this game. First team to get to 180 will win this game. That is 7 goals away for Pegasus. That is 12 goals away from Pandas. In addition to the goals, there is the possibility to catch the snitch. The snitch runner that you can see right in front of us in the yellow shorts, the yellow snitch tail hanging from his back, is an independent player who is going to try to keep the seekers from either side from catching that ball. If the seeker is able to catch the snitch sock, that will mean 35 points for the catching team. So here we go. Play has restarted. Reagan just holding onto the quaffle, trying to give Anderson a chance at the snitch. And there is a quick stoppage. And immediate turnover to Pandas. Greg Bento attempting to catch the snitch. Ian Skura looking for an opening. Ian Skura makes a couple fakes. Ian Skura with a nice move on that top hoop. Ian Skura with a really nice day in this game. The bright future from the player out of Middlebury, who's moved up in the ranks of Boston Quidditch, is the heir to the next great era of Boston keepers. Here's Craig Garrison with the quaffle. Up 110 to 70 now. Garrison passes across to Reagan. Reagan tries to get it into the middle of the zone, but Skura is able to collect it. Lots of players in the Seeker game. Both teams thinking that they're going to need this snitch in this game. And here, Skura gets around one player. Skura makes a move. Skura with a teardrop. 110, 80. Pandas trying to make a move. Both beaters in the Seeker game right now. Naraki and Hayworth. Reagan over to Garrison. Back to Reagan. Naraki tries to step up to help his offense. Reagan takes a shot. It's too hard. There's Skura behind the hoops. Able to collect. Trying to let his offense get into position. We've got Junghoon Nam on the field for Pandas in the back. We've got Frollo over to the left. That is Non. Non is knocked away by Garrison. Garrison is able to collect it. Still 110 to 80. Boston wanting to keep this transition defense in the game. There's a stoppage. Looks like a slight problem with the snitch tail And then also the referees are having a conversation. Snitchtail has been repaired. Boston Pandas using this opportunity to converse on the field. Max Havlin, Teddy Costa trying to decide on their defense here. Garrison and 57 just trying to stay warm. Naraki trying to help the referees make the right call. Looks that is going to be a yellow card on Boston Pandas beater number 7. Ade Arjona. That is going to be a key turnover in the bludger game because it will put this third bludger all the way at Pegasus hoops. Pegasus has both other bludgers engaged. Third bludger now underneath the hoops. Max Havlin just trying to keep Ryan Naraki off of everyone. 57 is able to knock home the goal. That will at least get that beater out of the box for Pandas. Pandas did not want to play without their beater out here for very long. It is 120 to 80. 180 as the set score. Ryan Araki hits. Oh, Frollo with the great attempt almost gets it. Teddy Costa able to clean it up, able to get in the goal. 120 to 90. Boston Pandas not giving up. Pegasus up 120 to 90. Set score 180. Max Havlin finally with a bludger back in the game. Teddy Costa takes down number 57. 57 is able to reset all the way back to Garrison on the far side of the field. Garrison moving slow, trying to give Seekers a chance. Tyler Beckman unable to get any opportunity at the snitch. Mallory getting lots of good looks for Pegasus. Hayworth and Naraki still monitoring what's happening in the snitch game. Craig Garrison looking for an opening. Craig all the way over the top is a bit too tall, but number 11 on the far side is able to save it. Number 57 is wrapped, gets the quaffle out, and it gets all the way back to Craig. The clear on the Max Havlin beat attempt, and then another stoppage of play. Amadal brings all the refs in for another conversation. It's going to be key whether this is Boston Pandas ball on the far right behind their hoops, or if this will be yet another turnover to give Pegasus another chance at another goal. Cameron's way out there. It's good to see you. Good to see you too. All right, long ref conversations finally breaking up. And it is called all good. Everyone remounts. This is Boston Pandas with another opportunity. Only 120 to 90 now. Ian Skura still looking to make something happen. De La Fuente getting close. Max Havlin leading the way for Skura. Skura goes by Havlin, dunks it home. 120, 100. 57, head of steam, trucking up the field. Nobody, Teddy Costa in front. Lulu Zhu also in front. Lots of good play there. Oh, and Skura gets to it first. Skura tries to save it, but I think Skura knocks it out of bounds. But that is a so what happened with whether or not Boston Pandas would be getting the quaffle in the back corner is irrelevant, because number 10 Frollo for Boston Pandas is given a yellow card, which does turn the quaffle over to Vallejo with Teddy Costa in front, but a pretty clear path with 2 cutting chasers to be able to get a goal here. Vallejo right to number 7, who cuts up and knocks it home. That is Brown, number 7, with a nice work off the pass from Vallejo. Ian Skura now with Pegasus up by 30. Looks to make something happen, gets it over to Costa. Costa takes it through the top hoop. 130, 110. Tyler Backman really trying to work. Set score still 180. Still anyone's game at this point. Boston desperately wants that snitch catch as well. Tyler Backman beat out. 57 makes a move, gets it over to 17 in the right corner. Jake Archibald is all over her. 11 in the back corner is able to get the shot free around Archibald and in. That is a very nice set of moves from number 11 on Pegasus. All right, we are rebounded after the excitement in play. 140 Pegasus, 110 Boston Pandas. Again, the set score, the score that everyone is trying to reach, is 180. Jake Archibald back in at keeper for the Pandas. Moves past Grace Das 2. Quick pass back, over the top, behind the hoops. Person standing I cannot see through. Jake Archibald does come away with it. Gets it to Teddy Costa on the far side. Teddy Costa looking for an opening. Morgan Bertram making a move. Teddy Costa to the medium-sized hoop. The medium-sized hoop is good for Teddy Costa. And that is now Teddy Costa with a tackle on 57. Very nice. Morgan Bertram gets both arms, but Vallejo is able to get the pass and knock it home to make it 150 to 120 with a set score of 180. Now, were Pegasus to catch the snitch, that would end the game, as they now can get to that 180 mark with a snitch catch. However, they have transitioned their snitch, their seeker, to try to block for Harry Greenhouse, who's coming at seeker. Boston Pandas making a move. Grace Das 2 over to Non. Non knocks it home. 150, 130. Boston Pandas need to collapse on defense here, make a stop. They've been unable to make a stop. They continue to let Pegasus get a goal every time down the pitch. There are just not enough goals to be had for Pandas to make it back. At 150, 130. Lots of options on the table for Pegasus. Mallory tries to make a move, isn't able to do it. Passes into the back corner. Pegasus is able to keep control of it. 17 to 57, over to 0. Craig Garrison makes patented move, attempting a fake shot. Moves backwards, is able to save from getting a reset. Now, beats are made. Garrison trying to make his move. Non takes him down. 57 with the quaffle. 57, bludger hits Archibald, and there's the question about whether the bludger hits 57 too. And that is no goal. It is no good. The bludger bounced off of Jake Archibald, then hit 57 before the shot was released, saving Boston Pandas from another goal against. Boston Pandas, 130. Pegasus 150. Jake Archibald trying to make a move. Trying to get around 57. Harry Greenhouse makes a move, unable to get there. Morgan Bertram unable to keep the handle. Bertram, 57 gets off Broom. Costa picks it up. Costa making a move, trying to get around Craig. Costa gets there. 150, 140. Harry Greenhouse making his patented left attempt, but now the snitch ball is on the ground. It was almost in Harry's hand. There's a lot of activity on the far side. There's a possible snitch catch by Pegasus. I think that is going to be called off, but the activity on the far side is what's going to be key here. Is that Grace Dash 2 going to the box? It is. Alex Amadal gives Pegasus the ball. Pass back up to the top to number 20. 20 is immediately beat out, but does get the pass to Reagan. Reagan in transition. Jake Archibald with only one person in front. Jake gets around the first defender. Jake trying to get past two more. The shot is just a little bit too far off the middle hoop. Off to the left, off the middle hoop. Harry Greenhouse still trying desperately to get this snitch. 150, 140. Harry Greenhouse snipe beat. And as that happened, De La Fuente, while the snitch was coming off of being engaged with Harry Greenhouse, De La Fuente made his move. And the snitch catch is good by Pegasus De La Fuente, number 24. That gives Pegasus a 185 to 140 win in this amazing bracket play matchup against a resilient and very talented Boston Pandas roster. Thank you for joining us here on Pitch 2. We will be back with you with another match coming up as soon as we can get this field reset. This has been US Quidditch Cup 2022. Pegasus are moving on to the next round of the club division bracket after a hard-fought 185-140 victory against this Boston Pandas team.